Today we're gonna talk about something that has really been crossing my mind recently. Is a Nintendo Switch Lite still worth getting in 2024? So let's deep dive in it and see if it's still the case. The Nintendo Switch Lite does have a pretty good design. I would say it's not pretty good for like big hands, cause it is quite kind of uncomfortable to play with big hands. But if you get a case with a grip, you could probably fix those problems and play even more comfortably with your Nintendo Switch Lite. And it's a pretty good design, I gotta say. And it's far smaller than obviously a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch OLED. But it still pretty much has the same features except the put it on your TV. It still has a 3.5 millimeter jack, so you can still plug in your headphones. So you're pretty much chilling on that. And thus use USB-C as the normal Nintendo Switch. And the D-pad is actually quite more comfortable. It's because this one is the type of D-pad that Nintendo usually uses on their consoles, unlike the one that Nintendo Switch has, which is more of like buttons, since the Joy-Cons are meant to be used probably with two people over there. But here, since it's just on the console integrated, they use the D-pad instead. So it's actually quite nice. And like you know Nintendo D-pads, they're pretty nice. You'll definitely have a lot of hours of fun with the Nintendo Switch Lite, since it has about like 3 hours to up to 7 hours of playtime on this little console. Like, that's quite impressive. So props to Nintendo for having a long battery life on this console. Really, it really gives you a lot of time for you to play games while going outside, meeting a friend, or something like that. Like, Nintendo got you covered with the amount of battery that this has. I do believe the screens are 720p. I'm not really sure on that. I might need to confirm that online. But if it is true, I'm gonna put like a text here saying that it is true. It is 720p. But even though it's not 1080p, it's still a pretty good screen. You could still see everything pretty good. And like the colors is good. Like it's actually not that bad. And you can play loads of games. Like, I gotta say, like, if I didn't have a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch Lite, I would honestly consider getting one right now. Cause even if there's gonna be a new console from Nintendo, getting an old console like a Nintendo 3DS, maybe a Wii U, but even a Switch is still worth it. Cause there's some games that you might not be able to get on the next console. Sometimes being able to play those games on your Nintendo Switch or like that, sometimes the way to go. I sadly do not have a Nintendo Switch game with me to test out the game cartridge, but it's pretty much the same game cartridge as the normal Nintendo Switch. It's basically the same. You can use games from Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite. It's pretty much the same console, same UI. So you're gonna be pretty much chilling in terms of games. I do gotta say, do check on the back of the game cartridge. Well, not the game cartridge, the game box, and check if it's able to be played on portable mode, or like the tablet mode. Because there is some exceptions in games that you're not able to play portable mode and only docked or tabletop mode. So please make sure you check on the back of the box that you're able to. Here's the icon that you need to check out for. But as long as the game has that icon in it, you should be fine playing any game that is available for your Nintendo Switch Lite. Let's also have the Gold Micro SD card slot. I remember the time when the Nintendo Switch came out for the first time. Everyone was buying SD cards, like micro SD cards. It was insane. People trying to find micro SD cards, like damn. But I believe you can upgrade your storage up to 2 terabytes. I am gonna fact check that, and I will confirm it here on the screen with some text. But I'm pretty sure you can upgrade your storage up to 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes is insane. Like that's a lot of space. The game console already does include 32 gigs, which I gotta say it's not much space compared to like the Nintendo Switch OLED that has 64 gigs. But if you're gonna like expand your storage anyways with a micro SD card, like it's honestly alright. Even though this isn't like the full-fledged Nintendo Switch, you can still plug in. Well, not plug in. You can still connect your like Nintendo Switch Pro controllers into it, since there is the built-in controllers icon where you can use change grip order and all that, which you can also pair new controllers. For example, a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, maybe some Joy-Cons. Maybe you just like prefer playing on Joy-Cons or like the Joy-Con grip. You can still connect those to your Nintendo Switch Lite. I do remember there's still a way to connect your wired controllers to your Nintendo Switch Lite. You might be like, yo, Wesker, you're kind of crazy. What do you mean you can connect wired controllers to your Nintendo Switch Lite? There's no USB port. Well, hear me out. There's a video by my mate Vince that explains how to do that. I will put it on the link down below on the description so you can watch his video on how he plugged wired controllers to his Nintendo Switch Lite. I also do recommend watching his content overall. He's a pretty amazing YouTuber, and I gotta say, dude's got a lot of good tutorials. I would really recommend watching my mate Vince. I do love their content, and I gotta say, they have some helpful tips. One thing I would get for sure is a screen protector for this Nintendo Switch. Preferably, I would like to get a tempered glass screen protector, because I've heard those are way better for like overall. And sometimes they do feel smoother than just the plastic, screen from the Nintendo Switch. So maybe looking into getting one of those would be pretty good. But honestly, final thoughts. Is it really worth it getting a Nintendo Switch Lite on 2024? Well, considering there's a big catalog of games on the Nintendo Switch library, and maybe still more to come on it. Like, for example, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which was a Nintendo 3DS game initially, but now it is being remastered or like ported to the Nintendo Switch, which I do find is pretty neat. Like, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is a pretty good game. It's now gonna be on the Nintendo Switch. I would say if you do plan on getting a Nintendo Switch Lite, maybe getting a game like Luigi's Mansion 2 would be something that you might want to have on your wish list. There's other amazing games, for example, Super Mario 3D World, plus Bowser's Fury, New Super Mario Bros. U, which was initially a Wii U title, as well as Super Mario 3D World. But this time it's deluxe. So it does have maybe some bit more of content. It does include, I believe, New Super Luigi U, as well as Super Mario 3D World does include Bowser's Fury, which is a standalone campaign, which I do believe is pretty long, so that would be neat to play as well. I'm actually getting that game recently, so you might see an unboxing of that game recently. You might see an unboxing of that game in the near future, cause I did order Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Y'all need to get them noties on so you can see that video. Even if there's gonna be a new console from Nintendo, I would say getting a Nintendo Switch Lite or just a Nintendo Switch Aura would still be a good buy in 2024, because it does have an amazing catalog of games. And we don't know, maybe the new game console from Nintendo lets you play your Nintendo Switch games, so you're gonna be chilling. But anyways, those are my thoughts on, is the Nintendo Switch Lite worth it on 2024? If you'd like to buy a Nintendo Switch Lite, I do have some links on the description down below, so you can get yourself a Nintendo Switch Lite. I also did put a link for an Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch Lite. It's directly shipped from Japan, I believe, and honestly looks like a pretty good design. Maybe you should get that one. Maybe that's the type of Nintendo Switch Lite you might like to get. Anyways, I appreciate you for coming by and watching my video. Hopefully you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get more notifications of when I do upload more videos. Like I said, I'm gonna be unboxing some games in the near future that I did order online. And little sneak peek, I might be getting a Nintendo Switch OLED, but we don't know yet. Maybe I do. If I do, y'all are definitely gonna see that video on this YouTube channel. So stick for it. We're gonna do an unboxing, maybe transferring my data from this Switch Lite to the Switch OLED, and look at all that process. So, anyways, thank you for coming by and watching my video. I will see you all next time, and have a good one.